So this is my custom build Red Cat Tr-sc10e. I just want to explain real quick how I got here. We're all here, unfortunately, this year due to this quarantine. But about a year ago, I was heavily into cosplay. And excuse my work desk is about as real as it gets. I was heavily into cosplay. I cosplayed as a character called the Red Hood. This is one of my masks right here, and I put a lot of work into this thing. Um, the eyes actually light up the lens. I can see through. I have a fan inside this helmet to keep me cool. But I was heavily into cosplay, and then Christmas came around, and I was gifted with this Paul Walker Fast and Furious drift car. And if you can't tell, this thing has been beat to hell. I had a great time basically playing with this car. Um, Enough so that I went out and found this dope Mustang version of it. I'm a huge Ford guy, so I had to go out and get a Mustang. Um, but I'm also a huge Paul Walker fan, so um, I was glad to get this car. As you can see, I've customized it heavily. Um, yeah, I've beat this car to hell. But I planned on playing around with these cars and eventually getting into some type of RC drifting. But the RC drift track that's closest to me, I believe it's called RC Car World over in New Jersey. Um, the owner wasn't. Long story short, the owner was an a hole about certain things, and I decided that I just wasn't going to go there and run anything that I have. So learning about drift cars, eventually led me into the short course trucks, and one of the trucks that really grabbed my attention was the Tr-sc10e. Um, so around February this year, I went out and I brought one, and it's been a great time so far. I've really enjoyed the truck. I really have enjoyed the truck. It has a couple weak points. The front bumper, turnbuckles, um, are definitely weak points on the car or on the truck itself. But I've enjoyed it um, a lot so far. And this isn't even the car that I'm talking about. This is the car that I'm talking about. Um, if you can see, as you can see, it is a mess, an absolute mess right now. But the cars is always a mess, and there are times where I just flat out get tired of cleaning it. So, um, to be honest, it's gonna stay like this. I'm gonna get all some of this grass out of here really soon, but some of the dirt that's caked in there, it's just gonna stay in there for a while. Um, you can see there's been a little bit of modifications in here. I've wrecked this truck pretty bad, pretty bad, and I busted through the battery box here with the lipo, the 2S lipo that I had in there. So I went and fabricated out of some tin a replacement barrier along with some foam. Also, I have foam here lining the bottom and the rear of the tray. Um, the ESC that I originally had in here that came with the truck, it blew out, so I had to replace it with a Hobby Wing ESC. I I took the stock body mount off and replaced it with a Traxxas slash. I believe this is the front body mount. I'm not 100% sure. Um, I have the aluminum shock tower and a body mount combo here in the front. On my front bumper here, everything's apart right now. I'm waiting for another servo to come in for this truck, but on the front of this truck here, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over. Like I said, one of the weak points of this truck is the front bumper. And after I broke my rear bumper one time, I decided to make a brace using parts of the rear bumper to create a skid plate and a front bumper brace. I screw it directly into the stock holes right here, down here at the bottom, and then I took 2 screws, drilled some holes through the back bumper plate, and attached it to the front here. When everything's cleaned up and back together, it looks a whole lot better than what it does right now, but it actually works. I haven't broken the bumper off this truck since I've made this modification, so it's not the best looking thing, but it works, and that's all I'm worried about. I have ran through about 5 or 6 bumpers already. I was getting tired of ordering front bumpers, so I had to come up with something. And so much to the point that when I did decide to put together and build this new truck, that I went ahead and put a Losi front bumper on here. I'm not sure what short course truck this is off of, but it's definitely off of a Losi truck. This is kind of like a little Frankenstein Red Cat truck. Losi front bumper. This is a Arma servo from out of their 6S cars, and a lot of well, just about all of the ball ends here, down in here, here, and all over the truck are Traxxas ball ends, just because they hold up so much better than the Red Cat ball ends that come on the car. But besides those modifications that I just listed, or customizations, I've slightly turned the motor here towards the center of the car. I actually have my ESC flipped around backwards, just to try certain things out. Now I have my battery cables are now closer to the battery, and you don't have to worry about wrapping them around these motor wires, which sometimes get in the way. I also went and put a 13 tooth pinion gear on here. I ran the truck last night. I posted a video on my Instagram page. The truck accelerates crazy fast. So I have a 17 tooth pinion gear that should be coming in the mail sometime later on this week that I plan on putting on, and I'll run it, see how it goes from there. I run the Door-Track Speed Tread shootout tires on here. I really like these tires. Big fan of the products they make. So yeah, I didn't want to talk too much. This is the new custom car, my first RC car I've built. Team Red Cat Tr-sc10e custom Frankenstein Traxxas Arma Losi hybrid, whatever the hell you want to call it. My name is Keenan. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, and I might post some more videos and show you guys how this thing runs. Thanks for tuning in.